Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Cocoism, the podcast. I'm Boots.
And Coco.
Wow, we're back, and it feels so good. Hey, Coco.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Period.
Mhm.
Woo. I mean, it's full moon energy, right? I mean,
Yes, it's full.
I'm a Taurus rising. I'm a Scorpio. It's my season, and I'm a Taurus rising.
You're like doubling down. It's like I feel like this and that. I'm a Scorpio, and it's my moon, baby.
Talk about whiplash.
And talk about get your shit together. This moon is like, if it doesn't serve you, cut it off. Like if you've been needing to get rid of some stuff, get rid of it now. Chop it off. Chop it off. That. And yesterday, that was a win.
Cheers to the new mayor of New York.
Blessed be the fruit, baby. Turn up. What did you say? Turn the volume all the way up.
All the
Turn
way up. Congratulations. I mean, it's an epic win, and the world needs it.
And the world is listening, baby. The world is listening. It's listening to me.
It really is. I'm so grateful to be here another day, and
The day and another topic.
I mean, and I'm just, still coming off of last week's episode, the fear of success,
Oh my God.
which
How perfectly aligned is that to this Taurus moon? Because it's like, stop fearing the stuff that you want. Stop it.
I have to tell our listeners, the Cocoa Puffs and the Bootsy Rolls, I love having you in my life because I also have a dear friend, my friend Andrew Bros, and his other half is, the Zodiac boyfriend. And
Period.
we were just having this conversation because I was doing Andrew's hair the other day, and he was just like, he didn't know how into astrology you were in. And so we were talking about, yes, like full moon energy. And so it was like, we opened a can of worms, yesterday. And not worms, but, we opened another can of beauty. And so, but he was giving me examples too, like, if he's at home with Nikki and like, it's, and everything does relate in his world too because of Nikki and the Zodiac, and Nikki will be like, this is because of the full moon, and it's coming, and it's in Taurus. And so, so, Andrew and I were bonding and we're like, oh my God, like I am in that house too. So, and I was telling him how lucky we are to have our partners. So, invested in just the depths of astrology and horoscopes and the moon, because it's like, what if I didn't have that, in my life? And no matter what, it always gives something. There's a bit of truth, there's a bit of reality, there's a little like, mental, like, shock of like, oh, whoa, and I just like, I can't imagine not having that. But it also made me think because, a bit of a recap for us here at Cocoism, the podcast. We were just in Mexico on a beautiful vacation at the amazing Granabella's resort. And prior to leaving, I don't know what was going on with the moon right up until we were leaving, but our son broke his hand, Matthew, and it was a very chaotic. It was very obviously unplanned, and it was just kind of this stress leading to getting on this plane that I needed to get on. But I don't know. It's like the challenges in life. I mean, it's Matthew's first broken bone. He ended up having surgery on his hand, and we were not here for it. So thank God for Grandma Rosemary. My mom always saves the day.
I think it's a blessing that was the case because even when I knew that he was gonna have a surgery, I knew exactly what it was gonna entail. Like I've been through things like this. And I wasn't worried. Yes, there's anyone can say like it's scary to go under anesthesia. It is. You don't know what's gonna come of it. But you have to like live your life and know that you're making the best decision. And I feel like him healing with his grandma for a few days was a really great decision. And I think he needed a lot of time to reflect and on the decision that got him there. You know what I mean? And, talking to him since we've been back, it's been really great. And I think that there was a lesson there. And I really, for everybody. But I think that it's also, certain people have lots of things to say. And I'm sure other people after hearing this will have things to say. Well, why weren't you there? And what did you do? And it's like, we can sit in our lives and point fingers, but
Well,
I'm going to make the decision that we're going to make, and it's the best decision for us.
totally. I think it can be surprising when there is something, really unplanned and just something going on like health wise for someone and you're getting a negative response, right? It's like it's not needed. And I 100%, always have some sort of family drama, just like, pew pew, just shooting right over. And it was a big test for me again because I was there to celebrate my birthday. And, I'm on my way to my solo return and sober return, And so
The solar to the what?
to the sober.
One more time.
So my solo return was heading right for my sober return. And they were crashing into each other. And it was supposed to be this amazing, soblicity moment. And it was. Drama unfolds. Am I the drama? No, I am not. But I have a big family. They are very opinionated and, things just be coming to the phone, right? And the positive, all I can say is that's what it is. That's that. I don't need to like dive into it, but I did get a chance to speak with my bestie, Sarah, who's also our astrologer, without revealing any of this that I just told you guys in a matter of seconds. We were on the same plane. She knew the experience that I was going through. She was in a similar place of something going on in her life. And we were just able to like connect from a phone call in real time. And basically, the best piece of advice that just got me through that weekend and that allowed me to also have a blast and have fun and receive the gift of being at Grand Velas, a beautiful resort with my best friends, cocktails by Hawk, Chelsea. And she said, if someone's coming at you and they're getting something off their chest or they're trying to pull you down or they're saying you're not doing something right or there's something wrong with you, let them say it. Let them say it. Let them get it out. And in the end, honestly, ask them, do you feel better now that you've said that? Does that make you feel better getting that out? And that's all you got to say. And when she told me that, I was just like, that's it. I mean, that's all I have. That's it. I don't need to get in a bickering back and forth. I don't need to continue on the drama. It's like, hey, you got that out. I hope you feel better. I'm going back. I'm jumping back in the pool. So
And you just have to like know where you want to be energetically and know that when people come at you with that energy, how do you want to feel after you then respond? Right?
right,
That's like, like I think it was so when you told me that she said that, I really took a minute and thought about it. And I was like, wow, how does that make you feel? Do you feel better for saying that? You know what I mean? But even imagine saying that to this human being. Imagine, right?
right.
I would almost love to hear a response, but also don't. Like,
Right.
but it's a great tool to then use in the future because it's like it kind of like turns them like, wait, what did you say? It's like you're not meeting them where they're at. You're like, actually, you saying that, how did that make you feel? You feel good? You know, I may sound a little passive aggressive slash cunty, but it is the tea is the tea. I am all of those things. Okay, you better sip your little hydro flask, excuse me.
I'm micro hydrating.
My
And how cute, right? I mean,
just
but cheers to that. I mean, cheers to the revelations in Mexico. But it was amazing, and to be there for Mixology Fest, to be there with our good friend Saeed Hawk House, the highball honcho. I mean, he's legendary. Check him out.
yeah.
He's insane. Cocktails by Hog. Chelsea from the driveway, of course. But it was great, right? It was so beautiful. And
It's nice because we also have never taken this much time since being a parent to like literally do nothing. Like to go somewhere and just like sit by a pool and eat and hang out and like not really have a bunch like a schedule or do a lot of like touristy things. The last time was like when we go to New York, but New York is like you just wanted to walk around, you wanted to see the things. But here was like a space where you just were forced to just relax, sleep, eat, repeat, yeah, get the tan, forget to put the sunblock on. I do that many times. That's why I'm glowing at the moment. But my skin girl is gonna be like, but I'm ready for it.
I mean, I think you're more than glowing. I mean, look at your outfit right now.
There
It's beautiful. I love this little. Is it like French? This little like
it's situation.
your tan is speaking out. You look fantastic.
Speaking.
You look so good. Little mean.
But period. What's next? Skin routine. Let's get into the grit.
I mean, I don't know.
Let's yawn.
Enough about us. I mean, I'm living my sober week. I'm happy to be here, and no matter what's going on, it's about me, but it's not. It's more than that. It's about anyone in recovery, seeking it, thinking about it. Um,
A happy 1 year.
Thank you so much.
And I think that's I think when I made that comment to not talking about that is something so different because it's you really like made it to this big point, right? Like you made it to this 1 year and seeing that happen and watching it unfold, I feel like you will like become a stronger person through this process and become uh, even more connected to who you actually are, you know? And I think that that's really something to on.
Thank you so much, babe.
Yeah. How does it feel?
It's an amazing feeling and also an unexpected journey. And it's a year ago that a little over a year ago now that I wasn't sober, right? So there's a whole lifetime of memories of a different person, right? And so this memory of me is only a year old, and there's so many gifts of having clarity. I was at a meeting last night, and it was beautiful just to hear how your creative process can be enhanced by just letting go of uh, drugs and alcohol, right? And stepping into that piece of yourself that you just didn't know was there. So when it comes to work, I'm more creative. When it comes to my relationships, they're they're healthier, right? And in the end, it's a journey that I don't want to end. It's been a lot of ups and downs, and walking into day one was I had no idea what I would do next. I didn't know if I would stay sober. I didn't know how meaningful it would be to me. I really didn't. And as fun as things can be, my first month or first few months of sobriety were really hard. Um, and emotional, right? Because it's basically like your life is flashing before your eyes, right? You can relate it to the first drink you ever had. You can relate it to the first drug you ever did, and I've had, and it just kind of comes down like a waterfall. And, um, and, and I think you could run from that. Right. I think I could have been like, oh, this is intense. Like, I'm just gonna go home. I'll be fine, But I wanted so badly to do something different and to see a different version of myself and just deal with something in a different way. And I kept going back, right? And I kept being honest. I kept wanting to know more, and the community of my sober community here now in my life here in LA and beyond is it's huge, and there's so much support, and I get to connect with so many people who are new in recovery, who are having a hard time, or who are just really like living in it, and it's broad, and it's special because there's so many people now that have been in my life that are so supportive of me. My son Matthew, basically on the first day was like, Papa Boots, like you have everything that you need, right here. You have me, you have Papa Coco, you have the dogs. He's like, you don't need anything else. You don't need alcohol anymore. Like you have everything you need here. And I think it was a combination of just having that voice of Matthew inside my head, being able to like break down, with my mom and kind of fall apart in front of her and like admit to her that I had a problem and that my life was a mess and I just needed help, and I think just going to a meeting without telling, my husband Coco, like I don't want to say anything. And I was tired of apologizing to him because they ended up feeling so empty in the end. And I felt terrible and I hated myself. So I just started going to meetings, like I remember coming home and I was like, oh, went to a meeting and, like, what, and so it's like, they're like, as my sponsor would say, there's no prize. I'm not winning. There's nothing like that. It's just it's sobriety, it's recovery, it's work, it's honesty, it's being in touch with your spirit, it's your spiritual side, having a spiritual connection, and it's giving back to people who need also my help. So 1 year, it's wild, and I'm so grateful.
I love that so much.
As my friend Beth would say, FAFO.
Period.
Fuck around and find out.
It's time for the TV tie-up, baby.
And turn it all the way up. I mean, these technical difficulties are just too many
It's too much.
things.
It's too much.
And let's move on.
Period.
I mean, TV tie-up is, there's some awards, in the running, mentions, but I do, I mean, You guys would laugh because not us, watching the season finale of Boots the series and like, crying in tears, like holding back the emotions, and I was like, "Oh my God, Boots! Like this show is too many things. So good, so emotional. I mean, the ending was my favorite because it's Cope, played by Miles Heiser, and Max Parker, who plays Sergeant Sullivan. And it's just like the end, and you have to watch this show, but there's a lot going on, and Sergeant Sullivan is like basically like bowing out, like he's getting kicked out, from his kind of anger and like
Self-hate.
self-hate of being a gay man in the military. He ended up harming someone and almost killing someone. So he's about to get kicked out and he leaves on his own, but he was kind of the teacher to Cope, of he was really hard on him and almost abusive to him, but he kind of explained it in the end of like, I was trying to make you, like me or as good as me, or Cope looked up to Sergeant Sullivan as like, I want to be like you, and I don't want to be pushed away or kicked out or run away just because I'm a gay man, and so all these like little things kept happening in the last episode, and it was just like, oh my God. And then, Cope makes it across the finish line. He becomes a Marine. All the guys, all the recruits are like cheering each other on. They're all like hugging. Like it was so sweet.
And then the part with his mom and him actually not being of age.
I mean, no, and I love his mom too. It's Vera Farmiga. I mean, she's from everything. What do you think of?
I was thinking, I can't think of Bates Motel.
Bates Motel and all of the Conjurings. I mean,
That's so crazy. The last Conjuring, they made her look so much older.
she's just sickening.
It's just
Vera Farmiga. I mean, so she was like the disapproving mother almost. She was like, "Let's again get you out of here, Cope." And you were 17, like she lied on his birth certificate. But I don't know. That's gonna be get a TV type award.
yeah.
So
I mean, probably
in the mix.
like the better shows of the year. I feel like in terms of like the story and like the like it literally bringing you to like little baby tears and like and also painted a really solid picture of what it was like slash is like. You know,
Yes.
for people that don't understand
Like
or don't have any close to them.
right. And yeah. Season 2, please happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna be very cute if it does. I mean, how would they even do that? That'd be a hard one. Cope as a Marine.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, unless they just kind of, because I know it's based on the book, The Pink Marine. So,
Oh wait,
I mean,
that's the book that we're gonna read, right?
yes, over the holidays, we will be having Bootsy's Book Club and such, and we'll be diving into The Pink Marine.
Very excited.
Stay tuned.
Good.
And yeah, so loves it.
Loves it, stars it, watch it. Let us know how you feel.
Put it in the comments.
If you have any questions, we're here. We're here to help. We're here to be anything they need. It's so interesting, like, like in our lives, we've had people come in and out of our lives that, like, oh my God, I've never had a gay friend before. And I'm like, girl, we're everywhere. There's no way that you haven't had one. You just didn't. You didn't ask the right questions, as Matthew would say.
I think people just want to pick us sometimes to like say something. It's like, don't do that. What did you say Matthew would say?
Matthew would say, like, you're not asking the right question.
Yeah. That's what he tells me all the time.
Yesterday, like Andrew, I love how Andrew's coming up.
Capricorn, real nice, honey.
Yeah, and he was like having a moment. I was like, you're having a Capricorn moment. Oh, he was talking about how like people that show that were watching the other day, Love LA.
Right.
And he was like, the way that they talk annoys me so much. He's like, you know people like that? I was like, yeah, I mean, I know people like that. But like, I don't really like know in my everyday, like those people. I know where they're at. I know that there's the Marine in San Francisco. I know there's the maybe in Silver Lake,
Right.
but he's like, well, like it annoys me so much the way that they talk. I'm like, it's okay that they annoy you. You don't have to be friendly with them. He's like, but I would just tell them to stop talking to me. I'm like, no, you have to just let people live.
Mm.
And you get to decide who you get to be around. But it was a moment where he was like trying to control the situation of like, oh, I would never hang out with that. And I was like, well, you don't have to. But yes, love LA, love it. Right?
Yeah.
Look at that.
I don't know. I don't know any of the actresses or anything, so I didn't
Yep.
really.
It's HB.
Yeah, I love LA. Check it out.
It's the beginning of any older. Yeah,
I mean, do you want? You should talk about it.
I just did.
Oh.
What's next?
I think you're dying to talk about Ryan Murphy's new show, All's Fair.
Oh wow, he's just really going in on what I blew. We just started watching it last night. I'm good. I mean, it's giving Sex and the City. It's giving like someone that's not a professional writer wrote it. You know?
Earlier said the writers aren't writing.
Yeah, like giving it AI writing, maybe. Maybe it's the first. No, I'm like Ryan, like come on. I mean, he maybe they put so much attention to like the detail of the screen, of the outfits and the spaces that they forgot the writing.
I mean, I guess it's a fun show. It's entertaining. I mean, the three comments I wrote were it's giving like CW network,
Here it is,
melodrama,
circa early 2000s.
empty. Yeah.
Ah,
But like
wait, elaborate on empty.
empty, like none of the characters have any depth.
Mm.
I've never seen Naomi Watts, in such a like, blank space. She's so talented. I mean, Niecy Nash, I mean,
She was giving though. Yeah,
she's so cute.
and that's still
She's so cute.
trying to hide in the parking lot.
Glenn Close. I mean, it's like a show full of like these one-liners
Yeah,
and like scene setups of like, Kim dumping her husband and she's like, on the couch by the fireplace outside. And like you were saying earlier, there's all these like kind of like walk-ins. There's like,
yeah. There's lots of walking happening.
it's giving music video
Yeah,
scenes, moments.
you feel like you hear the Kardashians like walking. Like it's like when they get out of the car and their feet hit the ground, and then it's like outfit, which I love it, but in a TV show, it's really kind of hard to watch constantly because yes, we love the fashion. Yes, Andrew said it can't be. I can see all of this,
Mm.
but I almost feel like what are we watching? I'm going to watch it. But like that scene where he breaks up with Kim Kardashian and she's sitting there next to the fireplace with her fur in her like freshly beat skin face, like it's like natural skin. Well, Kim for we could like use a little like run of that she was inside. She a bad bitch. She ain't sad.
You know,
Because then he goes right over to what's her name? What's
Glenn
this,
Close.
no, what's the assistant's name?
Oh,
That would be pretty good. That would have been
Tiana Taylor.
yeah.
I mean,
And then they have the whole moment, and she's like, do you think she does? And then that's how it ends.
it's soap opera novella. I mean, and then hey, we're only at episode one, so we'll keep this conversation
I
going.
mean, the outfit.
You were gonna put on your shades for this. Did you forget?
No, I didn't. What was your favorite hair look?
I don't have one.
Mine's the only one. I feel like,
Really? That's my least favorite.
oh wow. Well, you know,
Her hair was your favorite?
yeah, I thought that her look was very cool.
Oh, see, I think she has the worst look on the show.
Wow.
She's just so like plain Jane, like mousy, like
Mousy, like what is that word?
I don't know. I think out of all the divas in the cast, or like all divas in And Naomi looks more like plain, like her hair doesn't. It's like this like flippy bob. She looks like she blow dried at home. Like her outfits are like.
See, like that's very hard to get that hairstyle. We'll just leave it at that. Baby.
I mean,
Hers is probably one of the more difficult next to these two. Because to get that many swoops in that short of hair,
maybe I'm not a swoop queen. I don't know. Like, don't bring the swoops here because.
I've done that look on you.
Oh, here we go. Show the evidence. Okay. Well, that was also 5 years ago. So I'm looking for more current, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Um,
This is giving full moon energy all around.
it is because I was also telling Andrew that in our chart we're compatible, but we're like solar opposites.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you love Naomi and she was my least favorite.
Yeah.
Because she's such an iconic actress, which has so much depth in so many of her roles. She just seems kind of like you said it yourself. It was giving like current, like Sex in the City, like real feathery, like floaty, like dialogue and scenes. Where like Naomi's not coming, like she's not coming for it. That's how I feel. But let us know what you guys think. I'm just gonna be hydrating over here.
Yeah, you so water in that little thing.
It's like the tiniest little like.
What else? Even if we started watching that movie or that show, or what was that?
Oh yeah, Welcome to Derry.
Let's just talk about that first scene. Well, let's not talk about it too much, but like, what are your thoughts?
I need to watch it again. Like we need to finish. I don't think we finished the episode together, so I think we just need to do that. I think it's a story to stick with. I love it. I love Stephen King. I mean, so I want to really like it. But yeah, the first scene is a bit wild. It's like you don't get to see it, I don't think, in the first episode, but at the moment there's like this demonic, like flying newborn baby flying around, like killing people.
Scary. That flew out of the mud.
Scary boots.
Scary.
But I mean, all's fair. We're gonna watch it. The girls, like the fashion shot in there. You did say Kim's hair looks greasy.
Yeah, I just find like, for the most part, Kim's hair usually like I love her. I don't love this like slick with the flip. It's like almost like it should be shorter. It's like not flipped enough. It looks like she put a helmet on and then put the blow dryer on. And then it's like, what is that?
Right.
And then I don't know. I mean, I guess this is what Chris's vibe is right now for her.
Right.
Which, do what you gotta do. But I don't know. I feel like she was giving her mother on the show.
Right.
That's she like pulled from her mother. Even though it's so crazy, she's like she said on our show, because I watched the episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and she was talking about, she's like, oh my god, like it was so crazy to be number one on the call. I didn't know that she went to Ryan Murphy with this idea, which it's like, if the dialogue was more epic, it would be so epic.
Right.
But it was just, it's a little like ding, ding, ding.
Right.
Like robotic a bit.
Right. I mean, Judge Judy could have been one of the writers. I mean, we really want it. You want it to hit, and it's these sort of like these like, court cases and they're like so easily won, right? Like, oh, there's another one, like another, and they're all so rich. It's just kind of like in this kind of time of like the United States and like poverty and just like people being so like without, and it's like these ladies are like these multimillionaires, and it's like, I don't know, it's a bit like a little off-putting. Like, I don't know if like they weren't reading the room, or like maybe just kind of like brought in a storyline that people maybe connected with more.
I think that we have a lot to watch. I think maybe, even though everyone is ripping it apart, but I do have to say, stuff that people rip apart, I usually love. Like Kiss of the Spider Woman, God, that got torn apart and burned at the stake.
I know. And then when people don't like it, it's like we can't be good friends.
Yeah, that's what I got. Like, you're not. What do we have to talk about?
But I mean, to each their own. I think the point of this show, all's fair, is to have fun because you're gonna pick it apart.
Yeah.
But there's some gems coming. Jessica Simpson's on her way.
Is she really?
Yeah, Jessica Simpson's on the show. Um,
It makes me want to dig into my closet.
right, right.
Once we stomp out on the streets. That's what I normally like to do. But this makes me want to be like, you know what? Bring out the fur. Wear the glasses that you don't wear.
And now you're gonna be strutting around in your all's fair attire.
Be strutting. And then Boots is gonna be like, what are you doing? You know, dancing,
Right.
Is up.
You know, cheers to the ladies. I feel it. I mean, all I have to say is like, okay, one thing bothered me, and it's just like they started, there was no transition. Like the ladies like started it, they like left their law firm and they started a law firm. And then from that scene, it jumps into 10 years later.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's the last 10 years have been amazing. And you're like, what? Like, there was no time in between of that. It was no transition, which was a bit strange.
Yeah. And it was like court case. And then it was like win. And then like fashion, win. And then it was like then Kim and her man broke up. And we were just like, okay, whoa. Like there was no time to unpack. There was no, like we just needed one win, baby. And maybe like not another story that was leading us in to episode 2. Because also both the actresses that played the two wives that were winning cases, that could have been stretched out a little bit more. When they like walked out, Naomi Watts with the Goyard bags of all the jewels that are like $40 million. I'm like, how fierce. Those girls are just walking around with $40 million jewel.
Right.
Hate it. And I love that, like, you know, they mentioned, because I'm sure throughout the show they'll mention things like law and everything, and how like they were married in California. So that's why she was able to keep her $40 million worth of jewels. Isn't that crazy? In other states, you know, that wouldn't be the case. And I do love that they're giving this like superwoman, like kind of law firm vibe. I just want the words to be a bit better. Unless, I don't know, maybe it'll get better. I'm hopeful.
Yeah. Jessica's coming.
I mean, she's, you know, Jessica.
So let's see what happens next. And
all is fair.
All is fair. Here at Cocoism, the podcast where it's just too many things.
Way too many things on the method check-in. We made a drag brunch, queens in full bloom. Mama Coco sipping tea from across the room. He's so fine. She leaned in like that's your man, no doubt. Then flipped a fan and walked right out. Johnny Boots had a look, had a vibe, had style. Sharp tongue, soft smile. Gave Coco denial, but give it a beat.
Cocoism, a perfect fit.